Which of the following is a composite material? So I hope that you guys have been learning about composite materials. So it's when you think of composite, think of combining. Yeah, so they both words start the same way, combining, composite. So it's two things together or two or more things together. All right, so is it going to be carbon fiber reinforced plastic, graphene, high impact polystyrene or HIPS, or titanium? A, B, C, or D? You can put your answer in the comments, please. Do you think it's A, B, C, or D? Have a guess. Well done, Megan. Well done, Anna. Not quite, Sid. Have another go. Well done, Mia. Good, so it's carbon fiber. So that's one material there, and it's plastic. Yeah, so it's a combination of two. So you've got carbon fiber, and it's been, you've got plastic, and it's been reinforced with carbon fiber. Yeah? Okay, second question. So which of the following statements is true? Coal is used to generate hydroelectric power. Fossil fuels produce argon when they burn. Gas is a renewable resource extracted from the ground. Or oil is extracted from the ground to produce petroleum. This is one of the easier ones. So A, B, C, or D. Please cast your votes now. So coal is definitely not used to produce hydroelectric power. Fossil fuels cannot produce argon, that's a metal. Gas is non-renewable. Well done, so it's E. Okay? Did I say E? It's D. Oil is extracted from the ground to produce petroleum. And then obviously that's how you go on to produce plastics. Okay, turning over. So question 3. Higher. Which one of the following statements is true? Batteries can safely be thrown away with household rubbish. Rechargeable batteries can only be used 10 times. Toys that use batteries do not have any safety features. Zinc carbon batteries leak and corrode. So just to go into these ones quickly, batteries are always disposed of separately. That's why you've got places where you can take batteries to be disposed of. Rechargeable batteries obviously can be charged up as many times as you like. Toys, if it has a battery, it definitely will have a safety feature just simply for the fact that it's got play qualities. If children are going to use it, it needs to be safety checked. Especially in the UK, we have high standards for that. So, of course, the answer was D. Please don't ask to join the live. I won't invite you to join. Okay, which of these is a thermoforming polymer? Is it A, epoxy resin, B, high-density polythene, C, melamine formaldehyde, or D, polyester resin? Now, thermoforming means that it uses heat to shape it over and over again. Yeah, so as many times as you want. So thermo, heat, forming, shape. Heat shape. So do we think it's A, B, C, or D? Have a guess. No one's sure yet? C? Not quite. Not quite A either. So it's not C and it's not A. Okay, I'm going to tell you for this one, it's B. High density polyethylene. Okay, which of the following is a working property of a material? Absorbency, density, fusibility, or malleability is a working property. A, B, C, or D? So, when it says working property, this means how it behaves when manipulated. So properties in general is before it's used, but this is asking you which one is about how it behaves when manipulated. So absorbency, something can be absorbent without a human getting involved with it. Yeah, for example, like a sponge. If it rained, it would absorb water. It wouldn't be natural. It naturally absorbs water without being interfered with. Density is about how tightly packed the particles are, so that's naturally occurring. Fusibility is about how well it will stick. So malleability has to be this one, because a person has to get involved to hammer it or bend it into shape. Okay, so that would be the working property. Malleability. Question 6. When manufacturers focus on the reduction of waste during production, it is called what? Does anyone know this one? So to have as little waste as possible. Which of these means to have as little waste as possible? Well done, free speech. It is C indeed. So lean, if you think of like lean meat or getting your body lean when going to the gym, it's having as little fat as possible. This is as little waste as possible. Okay? And you know, batch is making a set number, and mass is making a lot of different things continuously. All right, turning over to question 7. So you've got a sewing machine needle. Which type of motion best describes the action of the sewing machine needle in figure 1 when in operation? So this is going to go up and down. Does anybody know what that is called? And they've even given you a little arrow to show you. Does anyone know what word it is? Or give me a letter. So is it A, linear, B, oscillating, C, reciprocating, or D, rotary? So linear is this. Oscillating is this. Oh, I could be lying to you, actually. Give me a sec. I've got to search this one up. So rotary is going to be this one, because it's rotating. Reciprocating. This. Okay? So that's how we know. So which one is it then, since you've got my little diagrams? Did someone send me a gift? Thank you if you did. And thank you for the likes. Good, it's C. Who was the first person to say that? Sorry, it's gone too quickly now. Okay, well done. It is C, so that's reciprocating. All right. Which one of the following is a feature of design in society? So what does society mean, or who does society involve? Which one of these is a feature of design in society? Well done, Alice. It is a focus on people. From the time you see social or society, you know that it's people. Well done. Okay, last one. Second to last one, sorry. Name the renewable source of energy in figure 2. You guys have got this. First one is going to get a shout out. Oh, who was first? Grace, I think. Was it Grace? I'm going to be fair about this. I printed it in full colour. It was Daniel. Daniel, I don't know, is the first one. No, if you go up to the top, it's Daniel. Shout out to Daniel. Okay. Yeah, I printed it in colour. People make a big deal about the colour printing, but... Anyway, so yeah, it's wind, yeah? That's an easy one for you. That would have been 1 mark. Can you guys see? Yeah, the marks are right there. Or maybe I should put it higher a little bit. Okay. This is not 2024. I won't show the 2024 one, I don't think. Just because I know a lot of schools are going to use it for the mock exams and stuff. So this is 2023. I'll put here 2023. All right. Thank you for sharing. So when you say textiles, this is the GCSE DT paper. So I don't think it breaks it down into textiles, etc., but that's how it is. Okay, coming into the written questions. So first question is, oh no, wait, I missed one, didn't I? Here. Identify the colour changing smart material used in the thermometer below. So is it A, liquid crystal display, B, nanomaterial, D, photochromic, or D, thermochromic? And I can see most of you are getting that right. It's thermochromic. And just remember, thermo, what does thermo mean? You remember what thermo means? Heat, well done, Grace. And then what does chromic mean? Anytime you see the word chrome, what does that mean? Colour, well done, Tilda. Is it Tilda? Yeah, so heat and colour. All right, let's get into some written questions. So, question 11.1, name one manufactured board. All this requires is a 1-word answer. You would not need to write the name of one manufactured board is, just write 1 word to this, yeah? So shout out some. Don't shout it out, I won't hear you. Type some, and then I'll let you know. MDF, yep. Nandika, that's correct. Hold on, it's blocked it though. Laminated wood. As in, do you mean plywood? Chipboard is 1. Well done, Ruby. Strands is not 1. What do you mean by strands? So, for argument's sake, I'm going to go... what was the first one that I got? Okay, Victoria said chipboard. Let's go Victoria's chipboard. Okay? Now, you guys are all capable of naming one of those. Yeah? So you could have MDF. Let me write down some more examples, actually, so you can write these down. So you've got MDF, chipboard, plywood. Plywood. Blockboard. Just so you know, if there is any silly behaviour, you will be blocked, because this is actually serious revision. Hardboard. What's OSB? You've also got higher density fiberboard. So MDF is medium density, and you've got higher density, so HDF. Okay. Explain one advantage of using manufactured boards. Cheap. Okay. Cheap and easy to get. Sorry, sometimes it blocks. Can be any size. Okay, okay, that person's getting blocked. This is silly. Okay. I'm going to show you what you could have in the mark scheme. So, to ensure that the whole of the tree is used, so there's no waste. So, if you think about softwoods, if you've got a softwood, like, for example, pine, so let's just say this is a little plank of pine here, you have little knots that are naturally occurring in the wood. If you wanted to cut along here, because of that defect there, what you'd end up with is two pieces of wood like this with a little hole in them. So that creates wastage. Does that make sense? Yeah? So what you could do with manufactured board then is use the whole piece of wood, because you'd not be able to use that. Because it's all chipped up and mulched up together with glue or whatever, you could use it still. Right? So you can use, so number one, can use the whole tree. Hey, Dunkin' Donuts. Right, a second point. Wrong question. Oh yeah, sorry. Well spotted. Can I just draw an arrow? Sorry. I'm tired, guys. Okay. So it doesn't actually say anything about being cheap in the doesn't say anything in the mark scheme about price. You can say that it can uses up waste material, which is sustainable. Okay. Hope you're writing this stuff down. You can say that it can be manufactured to be really strong. Oh. Sorry, I'm gonna have to mute someone else. You always get people being silly in these lives and people actually trying to learn. It's really annoying. Okay, sorry, the obsolescence question, we're not there yet. We're still on the manufacturing boards, and I'll go into that in a second. Because they're so gluey, yeah, because they're made with like lots of glue to hold them together, I've put can be strong, so better for long-term use, yeah, because they're strong. All right, your mocks tomorrow. This is the paper that I'm doing here. Your mocks tomorrow, so I suggest you revise. I'm gonna go through exam technique in a second as well. All right. No, I'm not ill technically. I just got something up in my nose. You can look on my page and see about it. Okay, this goes up here. Yeah. So now I'm gonna do question 12. So remember, this question asked you for one advantage, so you could have had any of these three. Right. Explain the term planned obsolescence. Right. I'm just gonna highlight that word. Does anybody know what obsolescence means? Planned obsolescence is a manufacturer purposely designs products so they don't last long. Well done. So, objects or products designed to need updating. And it says to give an example. So to need updating or have a short, well done, Apple products is a perfect example. Lifespan. For example, the iPhone, which requires software updates. Okay, that would be 3 marks. And it's this bit. I'll just put a box around it because I've messed up the page layout. So if you want to do a screenshot, I suggest you do that now. Put it in the middle. Thank you for the follow. Okay. So this question is really quite different. I haven't even taught my class about crowdfunding. It's a bit random. It's almost like if you have, I suppose, awareness of social things like, social media and things like that, then you might know a bit about crowdfunding. But essentially, it's when the people choose to put money into a startup business. Okay? So, I could basically pitch an idea to the public on social media about a new random idea, cutlery design, and then people from the public, I could say, okay, I want to produce a range of cutlery for disabled babies, for example, and the people from the public can give me money to start up that business. Now, sometimes the business doesn't actually turn out to be successful, and so the people then lose their money, but that's the risk of it. Okay, so usually the purpose of it is to raise awareness of a cause, and that's obviously something positive. So if you could put for one advantage to raise awareness, so in my example I said ergonomic cutlery for disabled babies or toddlers, that would be the raising awareness. That would be 1 mark. And if you wanted to, you could put an example, but that would be enough. Okay? With the crowdfunding, the people who invest, so the people who put money in, would do it voluntarily. So you, rather than, you know, sometimes you get people, so like people in need. I'll add that here. Thank you, Fatima. Rather than randomly calling people and asking them to raise money, these people voluntarily buy in or pay into it, yeah? One way that, so how could I promote my business that I'm trying to crowdfund for? What is the most popular way that I could promote it nowadays? People get to, exactly, that's another thing. Well done, Max. What is the best way I could promote my, thank you. So social media. Now, why is it good for me to use social media as a broke person starting a business? Exactly, it's free. Well done, Eve or Ev. So do we understand about this? Yeah, lots of people can share it. Lots of people use social media. We can get the message out there, get all of the funding that we need, and have very little overhead costs. Yeah, does that make sense? Okay, good. All right, moving on to this question here with a gear, or some people might call these cogs. Yeah, but essentially it's a gear. Thank you for the follow, Zoe. So describe the direction and speed of movement of part C when gear A turns clockwise. I'm okay, Ruth, thank you for asking. So if we turn gear A this way, which way is gear C going to turn? If you want to ask a sensible DT-related question, then by all means. So you're saying gear C turns clockwise. So gear C turns, do we think clockwise or anti-clockwise? So this is going this way, this is going to go this way. So this is going to go clockwise. Well done. If you said clockwise, then give yourself a pat on the back. And then, what are we saying about the speed then? If a student is shouting and not listening to the teacher, shouting, something must be the matter. So, given that gear C is bigger, it cannot possibly move at the same speed as gear A. It's going to be the slowest. Yeah, so you could say gear C will turn the slowest of them all as it's bigger, or as it has the most teeth, yeah? As it is biggest. Does that make sense? If a student was shouting in my class, there would have to be something wrong. If not, then they're getting instantly transferred. Like whatever your school behaviour policy is, there's no reason for a student to be shouting in the classroom. Okay. I'm thinking to do exam technique. Let me see what else it is. That's all section A. I'm not in the right mind to do maths, mate. It's the first day back. All right, let's do this. Choose one commercial process from the table below. So, I'm going to choose wood turning. Are you guys all right with wood? just write it here. One specific material that can be used with this process. So basically, name me a wood turning is basically when the wood is on a lathe and it's turning and you're using a chisel to take bits out of it, and you're going to use it to make something like, like a banister, the spindles of a banister. So they look like, or like a chair leg, when it's like this. Just to get the little shapes. Does that make sense? Like a chair leg. Yeah, pine, a softwood. Chess pieces, yeah. Or you can also make bowls or like wooden bowls, wooden cutlery. Anyone else name a type of wood? So we've got pine, just, I want 2 more maybe. Oak, well done, Grace, and beech, well done, Ev. Sometimes it blocks the words, but I can see them. Okay, good. Mahogany, cherry, they're all good examples. All right, so name one stock form. Does anybody know what it means by stock form? What does it mean by stock form? A dowel is a stock form, well done. Now, stock form, if you think of the word stock, is how it's found in the shops, yeah? Well done, how you buy it. So if you remember that stock is about shops, then you remember how you buy it. So what ways can you buy pine? Well, you could buy planks of pine, you could buy logs, you could buy boards, you could also buy dowels. So how you buy it. Well done. Your name's a full stop, so I can't really shout you out, but well done to the full stop. Give 2 reasons that make your chosen process suitable for commercial manufacture. What's a dowel? Okay. Have you ever helped to make IKEA furniture? And then you've got like some joints that join together. If you made a chest of drawers or anything, and when it joins together, you have to put like these little wooden thingies here. They're like really tiny here. They're like literally like this. Does that make sense? They're called dowels. Sorry, I just slurped my hot chocolate. Right. Right, so this is about making something that you can sell. So as I said, let me show you what wood turning actually looks like, because for those that don't know, it will help. I'm going to show you on my computer screen. Give me a sec. Thank you for the rose. Okay. So this is what wood turning is. I don't do A-level at the moment, sorry. So the machine is called a lathe, yeah, this word here. He's putting so that's his log. And then as it turns, he'll use a chisel resting on there to remove material. Now, most of your schools might have one of these machines, but you won't be able to use it until you're 18, I believe. So it spins really fast and you can move a lot of material really quickly. And as you can see, he's got a really smooth, really well polished bowl, because you can put a bit of sandpaper there as well. All right, and then you could obviously sell that, yeah? Right, so back to the question. Oh, was that helpful? Did that help anybody understand about a lathe? So give 2 reasons why wood turning is a process suitable for commercial manufacture. Okay, great. So what you could have is consistency. So if you hold your chisel there, set up your lathe to the right size, right depth, whatever, and you can create the same thing over and over again. So number 1, consistency. You have to explain this because it's 4 marks and two spaces here. Can create the same thing over and over again. Oh, wow, you've done this exam. Are you actually a doctor now? Then you can also have speed. The chisel and lathe removes a lot of material quickly. Got into uni, I want to be a doctor in 6 years. But that's amazing though. So it is efficient. Sorry, I'm so tired. All right, does that all make sense? Oh, sorry. Do you know what? I started it at Easter last year, so I'm starting a bit earlier this year. All right, brilliant. Got 20 minutes. So let's do this one. And then we will do a little bit of exam technique, yeah? Oh, brilliant. LJ, that's perfect. I've got my year 11s have an exam next week as well, but I don't know if they're here. All right, so Adnan picked the hacksaw, so we will do the hacksaw. So question 19.2. Explain what the tool you've named in 19.1 is used for. Does anybody know what the hacksaw is used for? Cutting metal. Well done, Adnan. So used to cut metal, but we need to say a little bit more. It's for metal. You can also cut plastics, but not wood, okay? Because the teeth are very, it's like they're vicious. It says it here. Does anybody know what type of vise you would use? Yeah, you could use acrylic. You could cut acrylic with it. So you have to say a little bit more. So you can say, okay. So you can say into smaller pieces with precision. So with the questions like that, yeah, think of it like you're writing to an alien. Yeah, so you would put a metalworking vice into your normal vice. Think of this like you're talking to an alien or someone that's a bit airheaded, and then explain it well. Yeah? The one on the top right, give 2 safety points that need to be considered when using the hacksaw. Okay, what safety points can we put down for the hacksaw? This is super easy, like you've been doing this stuff since year 7. Good, make sure the blade isn't blunt. So ensure okay, that's 1. What would gloves do? Do you not think that a hacksaw could cut through gloves? Really, really simple one. Really simple. Is to just keep your fingers out of the way of the blade. Oh, sorry, I understand what you're asking now. Give me a second. Sorry, my handwriting is not neat today. So you're asking what these all are, yeah? So someone tell me, let's label them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, number 1, what is it? Well done, it's a chisel, but it's an S, not a Z. Number 2, what is it? So that's a chisel. Wait, I don't know if you can see. So that end bit here is sharp. A file would be abrasive all the way down. Okay, well done, star emoji. That's a soldering iron. Oh, said it, Hafsa, well done. Soldering iron. Number 3, we got hacksaw, yeah? So we've got that down here. Number 4, can you guys see these jaggedy edges here? Anyone know what that's called? Textile students will know what that's called. They're not fabric scissors, so they're different because they've got this zigzag edge. They're called something else, not crimping scissors. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer in 3, 2, 1. They're called pinking shears. It's really random. I don't know why. Don't know what the pinking part is, but that's what it's called, pinking shears. So when you cut using pinking shears, it stops your fabric from fraying out. So I'll write that down here. Stops fabric fraying. And then someone was asking what this one is. Can anyone help them out? Number 5. Anyone know what number 5 is? Well done, Hafsa. It's a guillotine. It says guillotine. It doesn't actually allow you to have paper trimmer. Actually, let me check in the... Oh yeah, paper trimmer would get you a mark. It would. You could have a rotary cutter, paper guillotine, or paper trimmer. So you get a mark. Is it Iftica? So interesting. Sometimes they let you have these really simple answers and sometimes they're really tight. This is also guillotine. Urtica Designs. Yeah, this is also guillotine. It's just one that goes that way. Yeah, so we okay with all of this? Yeah. If you Google that, or Google AQA GCSE DT past papers, you can get any paper. All right, I'm going to do exam technique with you. And this is actually... This is actually in the back of the AQA book, but not everyone has the book, so I'll just go through it with you. I won't be doing the 2024 paper ever because lots of schools use that as the mock exam. Okay, so here's what to expect. At the end of your GCSE DT course, you have to sit an exam and it's worth 50% of your total mark. I hope that you know this. I'm just going to highlight. And it's 100 marks and it's 2 hours long. If you have extra time, then you have an extra half hour, or up to an extra half hour. Depends on how much time you've been allocated. Let me just go a bit closer. So section A, you have your multiple choice questions. That's the bit where you're probably going to get, or hopefully going to get 8 or more marks. Yeah, you should be able to get like 8 out of 10 minimum, hopefully. Then you've got your short answer questions. Multiple choice, you just pick one correct answer. And as you know, in the little circle thing, you just shade it in like that, yeah? Only pick one answer. If you want to change your mind, you need to cross it out and then pick another answer like that, yeah? And in section A, you've got 20 marks available. So we've just done section A and a little bit of section B. Section B consists of a few short answer questions and one extended response question, which is worth more marks. Some questions may offer a choice of what to write about. So like what we did, we picked the hacksaw. Spend a moment reading the whole question. That's one thing that lots of students don't do. And there are words that look similar. For example, suitability and sustainability. If you cannot read and see the difference between those two words, you will answer a completely different question to what you're being asked, and therefore you will lose marks. And I've seen this happen, so be careful with that. Read the question. I always say read the question 6 times. Just read over it 6 times. Do you know what I mean? Okay. When is what exam? The final exam is in like June. We're revising for the rest of the year. So don't worry. If you have mocks next week or this week, obviously that's for you to know. But we're preparing for the GCSE exam at the end of the year. Section C consists of a mixture of questions, including short answers and extended responses, and 50 marks are available in total. To be honest, when you're going through the paper, it doesn't matter about the sections, really, does it? Okay, remember these tips. Read every question carefully. That's what I just spoke to you about. Make sure that's one of the most important points. That's why it's there twice. It's really important that you read every question carefully in all of your exams. But obviously, I care the most about your DT exam. Please read the questions carefully. Look how many marks are available and then use that to know how many points to write, okay? So we're here. Write your answers clearly using good grammar, spelling and punctuation. If they can't read it, if the examiner cannot read your work, you will not get marks because they can't physically offer you the marks if they can't read it. However, you will not get marked down for poor spelling. If the word that you are writing resembles the word that you're trying to write, you will get the mark. Try to use the correct terminology. So you've been building up a bank of keywords over the last 4 or 5 years. Try to make use of them, okay? Make your sketches clear. This is one, so in one of the past papers, you were asked to do a 2-point perspective drawing. If it's all scribbly and a hot mess, obviously the examiner cannot award you the marks. It is actually really easy to get marks for the drawing questions. It just has to be a decent drawing. You have not got to be an artist. This is not art. But come with a ruler, come with a pencil so that you can draw really nicely. Very important, do not panic. If you really, really can't do a question, this says move on to the next one. I say make an educated guess because you might get 1 mark. 1 mark can be the difference between a grade. Okay, you've got your command verbs, which I hope you've been working on over the last 2 years, as in since year 10. So let's come in a little bit closer. State, that means to give a short answer or list which you don't need to explain. Okay? You don't need to explain. If it says state, it's just like bang, simple words. Define is to give a clear and precise meaning. Yeah? If it says to outline, it says to give a brief summary. And the difference about that and explain is where you give reasons. So outline is not detailed. Explain is detailed. Can't write. Describe, give a detailed description. So physical, usually. Oh my gosh, sorry, my writing's a hot mess. Yeah, DT is like work with common sense, but there is some technical points to it. So if this is not for you, then you can absolutely keep scrolling. Discuss. So this is about having a balanced argument, looking at both sides. So if it says discuss the suitability of something, for example, the question here, I don't think it even says discuss. What does it say? It says analyze. Now, the difference between analyze and discuss is analyze, you have to give it a conclusion. But with these ones, you can talk about the positives and negatives, okay? Evaluate is use your evidence and then come up to your own conclusion. So evaluate would be pros / cons / conclude. Is that making sense? Going over to the next page, and I bet you guys have never looked at this. If you've got the textbook, the blue AQA one, I bet you've never looked at this section. Right, so this is about your extended response questions. So 6 and 8 marks. I haven't got a cold. You can go to my page and look at what is wrong with me. Extended response questions are longer questions worth 6 or more marks. Sorry, it's making me check if I'm a human. It's just going to cut me off. Okay, there you go. There's the subject there. With a scary number of dotted lines underneath. It's not scary. You're going to go in there super confident because you're very well prepared. If you're doing this revision every Monday from now till the exam, you'll be absolutely fine. Your answer must be well written. Okay, it does say good spelling, etc., but you are not marked down for poor spelling and grammar. You're likely to lose marks if your work is a complete mess and it's not legible. Before you start an extended response question, jot down the points you want to make and plan your answer. So if you look at an exam paper and you've got like a longer answer question, for example here, you can use the space at the back of the paper to plan. Please make use of that paper. It is what it is there for. Okay, so use those pages to plan out your answer. It'll make the answer that you write in your final answer a lot more concise, a lot more readable, and probably a lot better quality. So jot things down, make a plan, and help you to structure your answer well and to avoid repeating things. You don't get any marks for saying the same thing twice in different ways. Okay? You might have to weigh up the advantages and disadvantages. So, for example, in this question about the bags, it says analyse the products in terms of their suitability for the user. So I would turn to the back, right, on them spare pages there, and put plus, minus, and I'll put drawstring bag up here, and I will start to plan. Oh, you're welcome. And I will start to write out my list of positives and negatives, yeah, for each bag. Please use the paper. It's not just printed out for no reason, yeah? Okay. Then your own opinion. Okay, absolutely fine. Make absolutely sure you're answering the question and not just waffling on, okay? Your coursework is where you waffle. Your exam is where you are concise, okay? When is it okay to waffle? In the coursework, not in the exam. When is it okay to waffle? In the coursework, not in the exam. Here's an example. So the question is, the only way that designers can design products that are environmentally friendly is by using recycled materials. Discuss whether you agree with this statement. So, let's come in a little bit closer so we can read this. So this person has said, using recycled materials in a product is good for the environment as it reduces the need for raw materials to be extracted from their source, which causes environmental damage. For example, so they're going in with an example straight away. The extraction of rocks and metals often requires a lot of land to be cleared for quarries and mines. Using recycled materials therefore reduces the need for this land clearance and preserves natural habitats that would otherwise have been destroyed. The extraction of raw materials can also consume a large amount of energy, which, if provided by burning fossil fuels, causes the release of carbon dioxide and other air pollutants, so contributes to global warming. Using recycled materials therefore reduces a product's carbon footprint. So do you see how they're making use of keywords? It also often means that the product can be recycled at the end of its life, which is more environmentally friendly than the product ending up in landfill. So this is an argument in agreement with this statement. What they're going to do next is flip it and talk about the other side, yeah, because this is discuss. And as we know with discuss, we need to look at both sides. So it says, however, there are many factors other than using recycled materials that a designer can consider to make a product that is environmentally friendly. Renewable materials such as wood for timber, paper and board that is obtained from a sustainable source can be chosen rather than materials from sources that are unsustainable and damage the environment, e.g. those that result in deforestation. Designing a durable product, e.g. one that doesn't have built-in obsolescence, so that's showing your knowledge, it's literally showing off. Obsolescence is when it's sort of like built to break, built not to last long. Yeah, built not to last long, or built to require updates, like the iPhone. Helps reduce the consumption of energy and materials used to make replacement products and the pollution linked to this. Using biodegradable materials is also environmentally friendly as they do not rot away in landfill sites. As they rot away in landfill sites, yeah? So using a biodegradable material that will break down with the earth. In summary, so here we go, they're going to give their conclusion. In summary, using recycled materials is beneficial for the environment, but it isn't the only way of designing an environmentally friendly product. There are several other factors to be considered too. So do you see, they've discussed one side, they've discussed the other, and they've given their conclusion. Okay, let's look at how they've got the marks along the side here. Let's go up a little bit. So, points that they've managed to gain. It says a well-structured answer showing detailed knowledge is required to get 8 marks. Okay, so you have to show what, you won't remember what, write it down. You have to show knowledge. You have to use words to prove that you've got something, in your knowledge bank. This explanation shows good knowledge of the impacts of fossil fuels on the environment. So the person's mentioned carbon dioxide, or you can say CO2. Now this is just a random question that's worth 8 marks. It's not from any particular paper. It's from the textbook. You'll need to discuss both sides. If you only discuss one side of the argument, you're going to limit yourself to half the marks. So you must, if you're discussing or evaluating, discuss both sides, pros and cons, or advantages and disadvantages, okay? You'll need to use the correct terminology. So they've used built-in obsolescence, they've also used carbon footprint, global warming, and carbon dioxide. Then here, include a conclusion that answers the question and rounds off your answer well. So at the end, you need to make sure that you've answered the question. Yeah? The question says, do you agree? So you need to state, I disagree, or I agree. Okay? For extended responses, don't worry if you don't fill up all the lines. There's just plenty to make sure you've got enough space. So it depends on the size of your writing. Some of you will write, fill up all the space and the extra paper. Some of you will just write like this much, but your writing's tiny. We can't tell you exactly how much to write in terms of lines. And also, this answer has good spelling, punctuation, and grammar, which is true, but you don't get spag marked in AQA. Okay, does that all make sense? We will be back next week, same time, so 5:30. And if there's any, what I'll try and do is I'll try and post this. I'll try and post this video onto my page, and then below it, if you want me to do any particular areas of DT, you can just comment and let me know what you'd like to revise. But thank you so much for joining the first lesson. Please tell your DT friends about it. It's every Monday at 5:30. Do take care, and if you have exams in the next week or two, then best wishes. Oh, I'll see you next week.